It's recording a video, recording a video, recording a video.
You know I'm putting this before the intro, right?
Recording a video. It's a PBS version of our show. It's recording a video.
So, welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. I feel like it's been a little while since I've sat on the small couch. But we are back today to talk about The Woman King. Got an early preview. Thank you again to folks at Grand Shuck It. A little bit about them at the end of the video. Make sure to stick around to hear about them. They do a bunch of cool stuff. But yeah, so me and Joby, we went to see this movie, and now we have some thoughts on it. This Viola Davis led historical pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that because I don't actually. I know they're an actual, like, it's based on actual people.
Yeah.
I don't know if this story actually happened.
Yeah.
But
we talked about that.
yeah, let's talk about it, man. I think I've been going first a little while. Jovi, why don't you just start us off? Tell us what you liked and what you didn't like so much.
Guys and gals. I usually start with my dislike, but I feel like that wouldn't be a good order for how this movie really played out.
Mm-hmm.
This was great. This was great. This was a great depiction of our people.
Yeah.
And I have no way of doing this in a PC way or anything. Like, representation is very important, and I think this was great because you get to see Africans in the 1800s in a different light. What we've been taught over the years is basically we started as slaves, and that's not true at all. For me, as an African American, Sam has more connection to his African roots. I don't have much connection. I know where I'm quote unquote from, but this was great to see. Hey, I'm seeing kings, literally, and just our people in a wonderful light. Have agriculture, but society, like, full on living great lives, and yeah, and we do see slavery. Don't get it wrong, but it's a great history lesson on, hey, yeah, we sold our own people, but there was somebody else involved, and we all know who that is. Mm-hmm. Don't have to say it.
The Spaniards.
To say it. Yeah. And to our friends in Texas, yes, slavery did happen. It happened for a pretty significant, long period of time, and that's why black people are here. If you didn't know, most black people are here. If you didn't know, but yeah, whatever. Movie. Just had to do that real quick. Movie, amazing. Viola Davis. Shit, I mean, every performance besides Michelle Obama, she's amazing. Amazing actor.
She was good as Michelle Obama.
No, dog. Michelle Obama don't talk like that.
Okay.
She doesn't talk. Oh, Obama.
Okay.
She doesn't talk on the side of her mouth like this. Does she? Did she really?
Viola, you doing extra right now, son.
This is how she was the entire film.
No.
All right, whatever. Amazing at everything she does. How about that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Besides Michelle, she was powerful. You could see, like, I wasn't looking at Viola Davis. I was looking at that character or that person from history, and it was amazing. Every other co-star, the women, I love powerful black women. I'm just gonna say it just like that. I felt so much emotion watching this film. It was tastefully done. All of the action scenes, yeah, gruesome, but you didn't see much blood flying everywhere. So this is something that you can actually watch over and over again and not be disgusted by the acts of literally killing each other. The story, in a sense, was all great except for my one part, and I'll discuss that I didn't prefer. And yeah, it was a great look into something that we don't see. I talked to Sam about this. I refuse to watch slavery movies. I will never watch another slavery movie. I don't care who the hell's directing it. I don't appreciate them. I think they're overdone. And I feel like when movies are made over and over again about something, it starts to become less than. It starts to become fiction when it's not. And so the little bit of slavery that we got in this was a good piece to history, but didn't take away from the film. What did take away from the film was a fucking love story. Gosh, bleep it out. That I was very disturbed by because it didn't do anything for the plot. I didn't care. I didn't need it. The other main character, she was great without this little addition. We knew how strong she was. We knew how dedicated she was. We didn't need another character to show us that. And especially some light-skinned guy with nice hair. So.
You sound like a Drake hater. Like one of those people who hates Drake.
I don't hate Drake.
Okay.
I hate that character. And his counterpart. But we needed to see him. We needed to have his counterpart to hear the dialogue about how he's taken over his dad's business and blah blah blah. His business is slave trade. If you didn't get the drift, but the additional gentleman was unnecessary. He served no purpose. But yeah, amazing movie. I already know what I'm gonna give this. Yeah, the very, very minimal slow parts and the random love story that really wasn't a love story, but it was a love story. But then it was like trying to prove a point that didn't need to be proved. Did not take that much away from how much I enjoyed this film. And it was 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't blink. Well, I blinked. Of course I blinked. But it held my attention the entire time. I think the funniest thing was the two gentlemen next to us squirming when certain people were getting killed. But yeah. So how about you?
All right, man.
I haven't been on camera in a while with you. So.
This is why I think this movie is a good example. It's why I like art is subjective, because Jovi, like, we both like this movie, but what he just said, he liked it for completely different reasons than I did. And I actually saw it differently. I will say the one, I guess, weakness, I'll start with that, the love story. It wasn't just that it was unnecessary. It was irrelevant and, like, unmoving, unemotional. Like, you didn't really care.
No.
And, you know, it'd be one thing if you didn't care, but it actually had something to do with the plot. But when you can take something out of a movie and the plot stays the same, that's when I start to see a problem. So, yeah, that's the one dislike I had. It
Literally,
just didn't need to be there.
If you, like, phased him out of every scene and even kept the, like, audio.
Hey, you could have trimmed the fat. Alright, so this movie, what I liked. So, you shouldn't come to this movie expecting, like, the trailers might show you it's an action movie, like maybe a John Wick or a superhero movie. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that. The action is actually used very sparingly in this movie. So you have to rely on the narrative to basically get you through it. And the narrative is what I was there for. So at the beginning, the movie starts with the woman warriors. They're called the Ogoji. They raid a village of, like, black slavers who are holding slaves, and they rescue them. And this beginning action scene, like Joey said, it basically showed me what kind of action it was. I saw someone, the very first scene, someone gets slashed, like, in their neck, and there is no blood. Mm-hmm. There is no blood. It was a little odd to me. I don't need gratuitous amounts of blood. But, you know, I would like to know that they're humans with organs. So, like, you see blood after battle.
Yeah. It's
on them,
all over them.
And on the weapons. Yeah. But during the fight, you know, you hear the slashing sounds, you see it, but there's just nothing happening. So I just found that a little odd, I guess. Not to say that it was bad, but it was a little odd. Oh, also one other thing, the choreography. I think so. There are three big, or I guess three action scenes in this movie. I think the last one had really good choreography.
Mm-hmm.
The first two, I think, were okay. They were passable, just nothing really special. But that's why the narrative is really drove me here. So the main focus of this movie is after that first scene, Viola Davis's character, who is the chief of the Woman Warriors, basically goes back to the king, played by John Boyega, and says, "Yeah, we need more recruits. There's a war coming, and we are vastly outnumbered." So the main point of this movie is the young girl Joey was talking about. Her name is Nawi in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She is the trainee, and we basically get to see the movie, I guess, through her eyes. She comes in, and the movie's basically about training them to get ready to go fight this war that eventually does come.
Just got goosebumps. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the training was brutal. There's one part where they actually had to like run through like thorns.
Yeah.
Woo, that was hot. That was rough to watch.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But seeing that brings me to something else I liked. It seemed like an actual sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like this cast had a lot of chemistry. There wasn't even Viola. This might be a testament to how good these actors are. There wasn't really one that stole the show. It was very much an ensemble. So all of them were really good, and all of them seemed like they like really knew each other.
Yeah, I don't know the actors' names. I feel bad for not mentioning just exactly what Sam just said because I enjoyed every single one of them and their connection.
Yeah. Nawi, the young girl, and her mentor, I think her name is Izogi, played by Lashana Lynch.
First rule.
Yeah, they're basically the first rule. Listen to Izogi.
Listen to Izogi.
They immediately have like a big sister little sister bond because they both went through they both had some pretty bad families. And yeah, you get to see that. And speaking of bad families, real quick, this movie, like he said, this really you were transported to history. Like I really forgot I was watching actors on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact again, there's not that much action, so the fact that the dialogue and story pulled me in this well, it's a really good testament. Like you see, how, they're like some African countries. I mean, I think that's even still today. Women were like property, bruh. Like the young girl, the reason she had to go join the Warriors. Her dad tried to marry her off to someone who was like 30 years older than her and would slap her around. And she was like, yeah, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
Right.
So her dad was like, okay, well, no man is going to marry someone who talks back. So she went to join.
Gave her away.
Yeah, he gave her away, basically. And then, like Joey said, you see the slave trade in this movie. You see black people trading other black people to the Portuguese. And it's I like the way they showed it. Like Joey said, I don't really watch slave movies, but I did like this because it's like it was actually a history lesson. Like you see, Viola Davis is basically like, yeah, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. Mm-hmm. The king agrees it's wrong, but at the same time, he's like, if I don't do it, all these other people will, and they'll destroy us. Mm-hmm. So that little conflict right there really drove the like it was a really big centerpiece of it. It showed why Viola Davis was so desperate to not only just basically kill their enemies, but also why she was so tough on the trainees that came to her. She was like, yo, it's not just about you, it's about the warriors, it's about our kingdom. We got to do everything to make sure that everybody is good. And the king, played by John Boyega, was also very excellent.
Mm-hmm. That boy good.
Yeah, man.
All the way from on the block. That boy good. Man.
Yeah, man. Again, the acting was great. The dialect they put on, the accents were amazing. And they every single one of them had amazing comedic timing too.
I turned to Sam. I was like, "Yo, that was improv.
Yeah.
Like he did one thing with one of his wives, and the whole theater laughed."
Yeah, So the movie had its fair share of laughs. It was very endearing. Like you went through an entire emotional spectrum in this 2 hours. I really enjoyed that. And I guess the last thing I want to say, the villain in this movie, I'm sorry, he was also a weakness to me. He was someone, he literally was comically evil. Pun intended. He was a comic book villain. He was evil, for the sake of being evil. There
Yeah.
was no depth to him. He was like, they showed that like he used to like rape people.
Yeah.
And now he sells slaves, and he's
just
uncaring, and he's
just mean.
He's just a mean person. It's like, I get they want us to dislike him, and I guess I disliked him, but like
he was like Jafar.
yeah, right.
It's just.
Oh yeah, like at the end, and they killed him. I was like, okay.
You know what? Jafar had more motivation than he did.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I didn't. I honestly, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I think that was a weakness. And also, I guess, I hate to mention, I don't want to say this. There were some, because the ensemble, like, nobody really stood out. When certain characters died and the frame lingered on them.
Oh, yeah.
I actually turned to Jovi. I was like, yeah, I don't know who that is. Like, I don't know why. I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to care about this person.
Sam literally was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It was one character that I was like, I don't know the significance of her.
Right.
But now I guess I will be rewatching this. I guess I could look out for her.
Right, yeah.
It's like
yeah. It was, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm sorry, the cast was very good. But just those little things I noticed. Trying to think if there's anything. Oh, one thing else I have to mention. I saw a little bit of the behind the scenes of what the cast went through. Well done, ladies. Well done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I literally, like he said, I forgot I was watching actors. I really thought I was just watching warriors. Their bodies, oh my god.
Man.
There's one, I forget, I think it was Viola Davis actually. They showed like her back when she was like stretching. You could see the muscles popping out there. I was like, wow.
Yeah, talk about powerful black women. I was inspired to go work out after watching this.
Yeah.
Even the young main actor. I was just looking, I was like, yo, did they literally film you before this? Because she had a six-pack at the end of the movie.
She did.
And I was like, in the beginning, she was very frail. And I was like, yo,
it was because you could see like her midriff with the outfit they had on, and yeah, she had a six-pack.
I was like, I can't get one of those. So
well, very well done.
They put the work in.
They definitely did, and I think it needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Even if like the actual fighting wasn't that big a deal, like you could tell like they wanted you to know they were battle-hardened warriors, so you didn't need to see them in battle to know that. Like you could tell. The scars on their body, everything.
I'm not fighting any of it. The way they ran up people.
Yeah. It was really really good. And I think we noted the few things we disliked, but I definitely think this is one that people should go watch. It's worth your time and your money. Very good time. So what are you gonna give this?
Wow, man. I'm at a 4.5. Just because I really dislike that wasted time with that other character, and and I would say the villain too. He could have been fleshed out a little more. He didn't have motivation.
Yeah.
Or 4.25.
I'm at about a 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're at a 4.
So yeah, so your small couch review score is 4 out of 5,
which is
still very good. Still go watch it. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, guys. We appreciate it. If you like this and you want to see more, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that little bell. Thank you. Always love the sound effects. And yeah, man, The Woman King. When you see it, tell us what you thought about it.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about it right down there in the comments. We appreciate it. Like I said, thank you to the Grand Shucket who put this on for us. Stick around to hear a little bit about them. And until next time, guys, we out.
Deuces.
Shout out to our friends over at the Grand Shucket. They really do hold it down, and if you don't know who they are, you will definitely want to. So go check out their website at thegrandshucket.com. There you will find all you will ever need in the world of anime, manga, TV shows, movies, books, comic books, video games. They have it all in one nice, simple, consolidated space. They post written reviews on all that stuff, and they have several hundred episodes of podcasts that are, quite frankly, hilarious. So go ahead, check out their website, Again, thegrandshucket.com. And also give them a follow on Twitter. That way you will never not be in the know.